Are you ready to go back to school and start your nursing career? Or maybe you're going into your second or third year? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about all those essential things that you need just to get started in the classroom. So we've got our handy book bag here, and we're going to unpack it. I'm going to show you what I consider to be the essentials for you to get started in nursing school. I'm going to do a series of videos, so today is really just the basics on getting into the classroom. In the next video, we'll talk about lab and those critical pieces you need for lab, and we'll talk about clinical. So depending on where you are at in your program, you may find that this video is where you want to start, or you may want to fast forward to the clinical video. Welcome back. My name is Tammy and this is Nurse Minder, and on this channel we do everything nursing. So if you're new here, consider subscribing below so that you get the next video when it's released. Alright, so we're going to unpack this backpack so I can show you what I think are your top 9 things that you must have when you go back to school for nursing. This is just getting in the classroom, getting yourself ready to learn. Now, as both a student and an educator, these to me are the essential items. Now here's some fun things we're going to do along the way. As we're unpacking the 9 essentials, I'm also going to read to you some advice from past students. I used to ask my students at the end of their semester to sit and think, what advice would you give yourself if you could go back to day 1? So in order to start unpacking what we have here in our top 9, I'm going to start with the first bit of advice from Julia, and it says, don't panic. It will all seem overwhelming at first, but give it a week and it will come together. P.S. Do your readings. So right now, this backpack and everything that's in here feels a bit overwhelming. It's heavy. I'm not sure how I'm going to use all these things, but it will all come together in about a week. I want to first talk about the backpack itself. You need one that is sturdy. So I've been using this Dakine or Dakine, I'm not sure how you say it. I've been using this backpack for years. One of the reasons I picked it is because the zippers are warranted. Now listen, I can tell you right now that this bag is already feeling kind of heavy, and if I were to have to wear it for a long time, I would start to get some sore shoulders and I'd be worried about the weight pulling on the zippers. This is without any of our textbooks in here, and trust me, there's a lot. The other thing I like about this is there's multiple pockets. So I have a quick access pocket at the very top so I can put my really quick things, my most used things, small things up top here. I also have an easy pouch, so if I need to just maybe slip my phone in there for a minute, or I've got a notepad I just need to tuck in and get along to the next class, I can toss it in quickly. Inside, of course, we've got more small pockets and dividers, and there's lots of space in here for more small items. Maybe it's your hair elastics to keep your hair out of your face, some pens and papers and notepads and stickies. And then of course inside is where we're going to start to unpack, and there's a separate compartment for the laptop, as there's a pouch back here, and then of course all of the other supplies that we're going to be talking about here in a minute. So make sure you are getting a sturdy, well thought out, well designed backpack, and kind of like play with it for a while and make sure it's going to fit your needs. Now, with everything that we're talking about today, there will be descriptions and links in the description box so that you can quickly link on it. If that's not quite the style or the color, you can find something similar so that all your shopping can be done in one place online, handy dandy, or if you just want the shopping list, there's going to be a shopping list down there as well. So that's number 1. Get a really good backpack. Now, I recommend the 2 straps, because you're going to want to balance out all that weight. Now this one used to have, I've had it for so long it's broken, but it used to also have the chest strap, which was another bonus feature, and so it would help to balance the weight and make sure it was stable on my back, okay? I would not recommend a single strap, nor would I recommend an over-the-shoulder type like purse with the big, well, I got one right here. Give me one sec, I'll show you. I would not recommend this type of bag. These are not going to be strong enough straps for everything that you need to carry, and nor is it really effective. So more fashionable, less function. We want high function. Okay, number 1. Moving on to number 2, our words of advice come, oh, this is anonymous, this one. This one just says, breathe. Even though it seems tough, I promise it's not that bad. You can do this. And I would add, when you breathe, take some water and hydrate, okay? This is number 2. You want a really good water bottle. Let me just set this bag down. A really good water bottle, whether it's the metal ones, plastic, doesn't matter to me, ones where you can infuse your berries and your vegetables, as long as it reflects a little bit of your personality, but holds enough water that you're going to be hydrated, or one that is insulated so that your fluids can stay cold or hot if it's coffee and last you for a little while throughout the day. I'll just give a quick shout out because this one comes from a friend of mine, Jillian Kirkland. Hey girl! She's a realtor and she gave us this water bottle, which I love the color. It's fun and it stands out. I recognize mine right away. All right, so water bottle's number 2. Number 3, as we get to opening up the bag, comes from Tashia McPherson. She says, not to be so shy. Have confidence in raising your hands for questions or answers, and take good notes. Now, how is it we're supposed to take good notes if we don't have? It's time to get into the bag. You're going to need some paper, some lined paper, pre-hole punched, which is awesome. Or you can choose to use notebooks. Now, I've done both. I've used notebooks. Let's put that the right way. Girl power. I like notebooks because they're colorful and I can either choose to get one of those notebooks that has the multi-subject, all the tabs already in it, and I can keep everything in one notebook. Or you can get a notebook for each course, whatever you think is going to suit you best. But you are going to need some way to write. Even in this digital age, note-taking is not a lost art, okay? Right, that was number 3. So we've got a book bag, a water bottle, and notes and paper. Okay, number 4. This one comes from Samaya, and it's very colorful. And I picked this one on purpose because we're going to talk about pens and highlighters and sticky notes next for your number 4 item that you must have. And Samaya says a few different things. Number 1, don't stress. You're going to get through it. Number 2, breathe. We're starting to see some common patterns here. Number 3, this is a really good one. Form a study group if you can. They're very effective in helping you verbalize content, clarify content, learn content deeper, and teach it. Number 4, study for your final starting on day 1. You can never be too prepared. That speaks to the volume of information you're going to be learning. Number 5, don't skip class. Number 6, you got this. So this is a fabulous card from Samaya. And so with that, I'm going to bring out my pencil case. And I think I have it tucked up front here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I didn't put it in my bag yet. I have it over here. Okay, so to brighten up the day, things are getting dreary in class, you need some color, and the sticky notes are really good and helpful for annotating things in your book. If you don't want to highlight in your textbook, maybe you're thinking about reselling your textbook, you can use sticky notes to reference important information. You know, the stuff when the teacher says, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you best remember this. You better highlight that stuff somehow. So, sticky notes. Inside the pencil case are a lot of great things in here, my darling. First of all, one of my favorites, this will carry over into labs and clinicals, is the Bic Pen 4 colors of ink. Okay, so black pen is going to be your go-to pen. First of all, let me find that one in here. You're gonna need a black ink pen. These are all black ink pens here. Again, you can get them in all sorts of different colors as well. So we need our black ink pens. Why black? Because everything we do is going to be written in black in nursing, okay? But the multi-pen, I can use my black ink for lab, I can use the blue for class, and then I can use the red and the green to highlight some different things I want to just remember. I like the purple, okay, so make sure you get the blue, really metallic. The 4 color, this is one of my favorites. Okay. And then of course you're going to want some highlighters. All right, so we're gonna put the links down below for all of these items, so you don't have to go stand in line at stores. You don't have to worry about the stores running out. You can just pick your stuff right now, get it shipped to you. You know, if you use Amazon, you can get next day delivery, so there's no stress about whether or not your materials are going to be there for you. Okay, number 5, I actually have a few people who have kind of similar advice. Deanna says, do your assignments as soon as possible. Jackie says, keep up with the readings and don't be afraid to ask for help. And here's an anonymous one that says, plan out your study time more efficiently. Don't stress. Be prepared the night before. Balance is key, both social, health, school, health, and social life. Sorry, in that order. Make time for yourself. And once you get into a routine you're comfortable with, it gets easier. And our last point is to have a puppy. Now, I can't do anything about the puppy, but inside my backpack is the agenda. We're going to need an agenda to make sure that everything we have to do is highlighted. You're going to get multiple agendas for every class with your class readings, your quizzes, your papers, your assignments, your presentations. And when you have so many papers flying around, it can become overwhelming. So, ta-da! I love color. Let me come a little closer. I love color. So when I take a look at this, each class is color coded, which means orange is for my health assessment class. So if I look at this week, I can see quickly, say it's Sunday and I'm just kind of planning for the week. I can go, oh, I have a respiratory assessment and a lab this week. I need to focus on that system. I also have a midterm in foundation. So these will be my priorities, and then I can fill in the rest of my time with the next week's activity. So I'm always staying ahead, which would be an English paper I need to write and an NCOM paper I need to write. And then the next week, more health assessment, and you can see how it goes. So an agenda is super important. Many times you will get a free agenda in your Welcome to School pack when you get to university during your first week. They're smaller, and I just have a preference for having the entire day by the hour so that I can chunk it out, or by the half hour. This one's actually by every 15 minutes, so I can chunk it out. And don't forget to schedule time for yourself in there, whether that's work, family, play, rest, music, whatever you have to do, put yourself in there too. We know breaks are important. So that's number 5 is the agenda. Number 6, you need someplace to keep all that stuff. So we need a really sturdy binder, okay? I have a preference for the 2-inch binder. I think you're gonna get enough material to fill a 2-inch binder for most of your classes. So you may have multiples. And then you'll need some dividers, of course. But what's most important is don't go cheap binders. Don't go cheap binders because the rings will always collapse on you. I, again, have had these binders for years and they have not collapsed. The rings are still sturdy, they still line up, and so my papers are going to turn properly okay. It does have a plastic folder at the front, so if I need to put in a label as to what's inside this binder, or you can do it on the side. That clip comes out as well. Now the advice for number 6 comes from, I believe it's Rachel. It's just signed R with a heart, but if I remember, this is from Rachel. It's hard, but if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Support each other, and it's okay to cry. Don't let it all build up. This is you as a happy student nurse. Okay, that's your advice for number 6 for binders. Don't let it all build up. It will build up in volume. Okay, little play on words there. Number 7. Number 7 is going to be a laptop. Whether you are a Mac person or you're a PC person, doesn't matter. My husband is the PC person in the house. I've been a Mac person for many, many years. He uses the Surface Pro and I use the iMac Pro. But here comes your advice for number 7. This is another anonymous one. Advice to self. Do not leave assignments to the last minute. Do not do that. Prepare for your labs, do the readings, questions, and watch the videos. AKA, why do you need a laptop? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff you watch online. And chill out, you got this. You can also Netflix and chill. Okay, so your labs often will have videos that you need to watch in order to practice and prepare for your sessions. That's part of your classes. Your other classes may also have online components. They have PowerPoints, they may have videos or tutorials that you'll need to watch. So you will need to invest in a laptop, a desktop if you prefer, My preference for a laptop is you can take this portable with you, and then that way when you're at school and you have some downtime, you don't have to waste time thinking, gosh, I could be at home writing my paper. You've got it all here. Now here's a tip. When you buy your laptop or your PC, it may not, most likely will not come with Microsoft Word. Do not panic buy it. Contact the school first and ask if there's a student discount, because most institutions, if not all, will have a way for you to get Microsoft for a much reduced rate, and it comes with PowerPoint and all those other pieces so that you can get it cheaper. So laptop is number 7. Number 8, Betty Otenyo. Oh, I'm saying that right, Betty. It's been a while since I've seen you. Says, do not be stressed and learn one thing at a time. This is going to reference the fact that you need a printer. I will show you my printer. It is old. It's a Hewlett-Packard OfficeJet 8620, but it's old and it's still effective. It faxes, it scans, it faxes, it scans, it copies, it uploads to the web, and it prints in color. Color is important. I'm a visual learner, and so if you're downloading pictures, color will become more important to print. Now you will need a printer because you will be printing off a ton of stuff, not to mention just your papers for proofreading and revising and submitting, but also your lab documents. You might have PowerPoints you want to print out if you're like one of those handwriters. So a printer will be essential to moving forward in your nursing career. That was number 8. Number 9, I don't have them here. I'll show you a picture, but you don't really need a picture. Here's your advice for number 9. Breathe in and out. You will be fine. Trust me. This comes from Olivia Kay. So, where is it most important to breathe in and out? Just before your exams, your tests, your assessments. Now, when it comes to exam taking, it can be really annoying when you're beside someone and they're tapping their pen, or their feet are moving around, or they're sighing really heavily. So, the essential you need for school, earplugs. Earplugs to use when you write your exams. You will thank me later because it will help to focus you on what you're doing and not on what everybody else is doing. So that's number 9. Those are your 9 essentials for your back to school for nursing. But wait, there's a few more bonus ones, things that will help you reduce stress but are not essential because you can find a workaround most of the time. Number 1 is a hole punch. When you get handouts, very often they are not hole punched. I'll tell you, nurses, nursing students, your teachers, we don't have time to hole punch. We're busy people too. So we often will leave hole punching to the students. So a hole punch comes in handy. Now you can get together with a group of students and maybe one of you can buy it and the rest of you support in that purchase, and then you're not having to fork out the money yourself for it. Number 2 is a stapler. Same idea when you're handing in your paperwork. You'll want to make sure it's all bound together. Many times we're in a room without hole punches and staplers, and so it's up to the student to make sure they have those elements done. 3 is you may want like one of those accordion folders if you are one of those people who like to organize everything. Get one of those accordion folders, and then of course the last things you're going to need: hand sanitizer and hand lotion to keep your hands soft after all that hand washing in lab. Okay, hand sanitizer to keep you safe in and out of classrooms. That is it. Make sure you're looking in the description below. I will have your nursing back to school shopping list in there, and you'll have links for everything I've mentioned in here so you can do all of your shopping quickly, efficiently, and get in and get out and enjoy the rest of the day, because scheduling time for you is important. Now when it comes to getting your clothing for back to school, NurseMinder has a line of clothing. Stronger Together is one of my key messages to really reinforce the fact that as we work together as nurses and eradicate workplace bullying, we become better as a profession and we get better patient outcomes. So there is one message that you can get right away, and the other one is make it a great day. That really refers to positive choice and making that decision to be positive. You'll find both of those on the website, and a whole host of other things that you can get, from mugs to masks. You may have to have a mask for your school, and socks and leggings and everything there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you put some comments below. Did I forget anything? Is there another essential that you would need for your school? Share it down below and we can get a complete list, which makes us stronger when we work together. In the next video, we'll be talking about what do you need for lab and clinical. So if you are at that position in your nursing education, be sure to watch that for the essentials to get you through. Take care and make it a great day. Hey, I know you're probably not ready to get off your phone or go back to work just yet, or maybe even turn the lights off to go to sleep. So why don't you spend a little bit more time here watching another video.